Hold on once. Let me pull it up. Ah, blah, blah,
Take
blah.
your time. I've already hit live.
Wow. Fail.
Good evening, everyone. This is Darren, your local neighborhood smut peddler. I am a little tired. It has been a very long week. Fresh from Otakon, fresh from doing tons of stuff. I can't personally talk about Otakon as I am a little too invested in that show. So Shep will probably be doing a lot of talks on that. I can say Otakon managed to get 26,000 attendees, if not more, during a pandemic while the mayor was screaming about masks in DC, the heart of Delta variant country.
Yeah, that many people is impressive considering days before they re-implemented the mask mandate.
And the Delta variant was screaming on the TV for like a good month.
Yeah. Am I clear to talk about it? Am I clear to talk about Otakon with your conflict of interest, or?
I cannot personally talk about it. I can't give any information or feelings on it. I can say how many attendees were there, and I can give factual statements. I cannot make opinion statements as to what was going on or any of the internal matters going on in Otakon.
Okay. Well, from my perspective, Otakon was a good time. There were some hiccups. Some of it was mask related. I'm not sure how much I can talk about without getting you in trouble.
You can just go for it. I have given you zero internal information.
Okay.
That's kind of it. I don't think I've told anyone any internal information outside of numbers while we were attending. I'm like, this is how many attendees we have. This is how many attendees we have. That's all I gave people.
All the panels I attended were good. Con was good.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you were busy the entire time.
I would not know. Well, because of the pandemic, the show was a little short staffed. I expect most shows to be short staffed for the next year or two.
Definitely, yeah. It was a little bit better organized about being short staffed than the other two cons I've attended this year.
Yeah, okay, that's good at least.
Lot of I'm not sure if this will get you in trouble or not. A lot of staff though seem to be on power trips. I saw a staffer interrupt a panel about hey, you're not wearing a mask, you need to put on your mask, even though it said in the policy if you're on stage you don't need to wear a mask.
I have no clue what that was about. I have no information on it. I know what happened. I don't know why or whatever. And it's not my purview, my department, or my call. Yeah. So there we are.
Yeah, it was just really awkward when that happened.
There were lots of similar complaints on Facebook, and I'm sitting there like, thank God I don't interact with most of the attendees. There we are.
Yeah. Other stuff that happened. There was a surprising lack of industry support, and that scared me for the con.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
No Funimation, no Aniplex, no Crunchyroll. Discotheque was there.
Thank God for Kitty.
Discotheque and Media Blasters were there, so that's all that really matters.
That's it. That's all you. I'm like, all right, well, that's two.
Yeah, no Sentai.
No Sentai, no one. It was weird.
And it was also like they had a lot of the viewings were some Asian film company.
I have no clue. I have no information. Even if I did, I couldn't share it. So it wouldn't matter.
No, I was saying that a lot of there was I forget who did it, but there was the viewings were an Asian film company.
All right,
I forget which one, but I popped in for a few minutes. It was interesting.
There were a few older like Asian flicks that I was like, oh, I'd love to go and see this. I don't have time.
What else? Were the
mics in your panel rooms super hot, or was that just me?
They were super hot and they were brand new.
Yeah, they were stupidly hot. I'm like a staff member came up to go and talk to me about stuff really fast while we were doing stuff, and like the mic was far, far away from me. Like I could not explain how far away it was, and it was still picking up my voice. I'm like, that is a stupidly hot mic. I can't,
Yeah.
but I understand they did that because I'm sure they were trying to keep people from like putting the mic in their mouths.
Yeah, I got told like 2 of my panels I didn't have to wear a mask. One of them I did, and they said, "Yeah, the mics are really hot because we were trying to compensate for your mask being on." It's like that makes sense. It's like, yeah, I know it says you can't wear a mask, but these are brand new mics, and we don't want you getting corona all over them. It's like, okay.
They can wash them; they'll be fine. It's not that
Also,
hard. Anyway.
you're going to be on Twitch. Like, oh, okay. That was
Yeah,
surprising. Winning the war on pants was on Twitch.
that had to be a fun little experience.
And I found out 30 minutes before the panel.
I don't think I was on Twitch, and if I was, only one panel would have been able to be on Twitch, and I doubt they would have done it because I was showing so many 80s movies trailers.
Yeah,
that I'm sure they would...
yours was a DMCA waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen.
Like you were legally in the clear.
Yeah.
Because
I was.
Your panel was definitely
in comparison.
Yeah, your panel was definitely transformative, but they're awfully quick with those bots. Those bots are awfully quick on the trigger for DMCA.
Always quick on that trigger, and it is just. It's just something. I will say the after parties are things I can talk about.
Oh boy. I didn't go to any of the after parties. I went to like a pre-party on Thursday, but
the after party on Friday.
I woke up. It's like, what the hell happened?
Okay, so because of the whatever thing, instead of having a rave, they had the Krabby Jam, and so people didn't see the word rave, and they went, "Well, I have nowhere to go. What am I going to do?" And it's
where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go? Wasted.
Like, well, if you could read English, you'd know the Krabby Jam is just the rave. We just legally can't call it a rave, so go to that. But
yeah.
As the con center was being closed at midnight due to staffing shortages, that's my answer to that thing. I'm assuming it was because of staffing shortages. I don't actually know. I was just told we're closing it at midnight. I went, okay, cool, whatever. I'm not normally in the building after midnight unless I have a panel. So
yeah, I'm not in the building after midnight unless I'm going to a panel or
I'm at a panel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm usually out drinking with people, but there was, of course, several rave-like events held at various bars in 3 different locations, I want to say, that Friday night, and again on Saturday night. And then there was a small rave that happened out in the Marriott Lounge Bar that got broken up by the police at like 2 or 3 in the morning Saturday night. I was not there at that time. I was there when it was first happening, and I was like, okay, this is fun, guys. I'm going to go.
Oh, boy. For once, police get sent to a Marriott, and it's not due to one of my asshole roommates.
No, I wasn't rooming with you this weekend. So, well.
I'm making a joke to an AUSA a couple years ago.
You mean every year? Damn near.
There's a reason I don't room with certain people anymore.
As the only person who's ever successfully gotten a stripper pole into a convention and not gotten you nearly thrown out of your room, I would like to say I am the best roommate so far.
Yeah.
But so that was going on, and while people were understandably concerned about Corona, I also just kind of went, well, I just won't hang out with these people, and I kind of just moved on.
Yeah,
that's my general feeling is if I'm concerned about my health, I just get out of the way.
Yep.
And if you're that scared about your health, you probably shouldn't be in public. I don't mean like at the con. I mean in public. End statement.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. That's my overall feeling on that. And the people who are loudest about the mask issues, I found on, I'm going to say some internal gossip. The people who I found who are the loudest about the mask issue and are like really pro mask were the ones without their masks on. I found the most often. That is what I saw very
Interesting.
often. That's what I saw very often internally, as I was just wandering about. I'm like, oh, you were bitching at about people not wearing masks 20 seconds ago. Here you are chilling out in the corner without your mask on, but I'm over here with my beard full of mask sweat.
Yeah, I was like, I'm on a mask constantly. I better shave.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up shaving all this off.
And I
Probably
still,
this week.
I shaved and I still broke out, and I was annoyed.
Well, I didn't shave because I knew I'd break out if I did so. But now that between that and then I also got the lovely joy that my job is now back on the mask bullshit.
They're back on that. They're back on that bullshit. Fun.
And again, everyone else is also just sick of it. So it's chin diaper city.
Fun.
It's everyone. I was like, yeah, my mask's on. It's right here underneath my chin. What's up, guys? One guy wears it as a sweatband. Just, I'm wearing my mask. What's up? Like, we're all pretty sick of it, and we just don't care anymore. All right, let's
at my gig, I've taken to because they re-implemented masks at my job was I've taken it to like I don't wear the medical masks anymore. I either wear an N95 because that's the only mask that does anything.
Yep.
Or I just wear the neck gaiter because they don't do anything anyway.
Yeah, and that's that. If they'd let me wear a neck gaiter, I'd wear that all the time. But because they won't, they have just a thing full of just paper masks for us.
They don't do anything.
I know, but because I'm sweating the whole freaking time, I grab that and I put it on and then I throw it out and I get the next one. They're like, "Why do you go through so many masks?" I just hand them my mask. They go, "Here, touch this." Oh, why is it still very wet? Why is it still very wet? I go, because I sweat. I'm working the entire time. If you notice, there's a small puddle forming underneath me whenever I stay in one place for too long. But that's going on. This is just fun stuff. What else is going on in the world of nerds? Or should we talk some more about Otakon? I think that's all we can.
I think that's all we can talk about.
There is one thing I'd like to say though.
What?
You know what I saw a lot of at Otakon?
What?
All of the other anime cons had that normally have a table there. We're all there. There was someone there staffing that table.
The only one I didn't see is Anime USA.
Do they have a location?
They don't have a location. I actually talked to an Anime USA staff who's saying like, yeah, I'm supposed to be doing stuff, but I'm not doing anything until we have a location.
That's kind of the issue at this time.
I have there are options for the location. Like they could go, especially since they just did some renovation to the BCC.
The BCC is a viable option.
Yeah, for Anime USA, it would be the perfect location.
It is a viable option, and I'm surprised they haven't pushed for it.
They could also go to they could go back to the Crystal City Hilton. There's a couple other spots, which that's a horrible location, but it's where they were before. There's a couple of spots here. There's a couple spots closer, not close to Metro, but closer to me here on the Virginia side. Like what's the Marriott that
the one where BlurredCon is?
No,
but
that's also a good spot. That's also in Crystal City. There's the Roslyn Marriott. That's a smaller location.
Okay,
but that's easy metro access, easy food access. And then there's really close to me, I forget the name of where it is. I forget the name of the area, but that's where they have Bilderberg every 5 years or so.
Okay.
I'm not saying expensive Marriott, but the really ritzy Marriott in Chantilly.
All right. What do we have first on the docket of news?
Well, how about why we did not do a show on Tuesday?
I thought that was because of Otakon.
No.
Oh, right. It was because of the Shirobako movie. Over here from hentaicake.com.
Yes. What's the tagline? News, lewds, and your entertainment to choose.
I believe we're now going with adult weeb entertainment and culture.
So yeah, Shirobako movie. I went and saw that Tuesday
how
in theaters.
I'm about to ask you how was it, but I already know how you felt about it. So
Yeah, it was it was decent. It was
so
weird because it was a movie about making a movie.
see that's always got to be weird.
Why
So
did you disappear?
I put just your screen on there because it's easier to see the actual full thing that way.
Okay, so yeah, it was good. It was cute slice of life about making anime.
See, that's that, and
I didn't
it
focus on the cute because just
it was
it's
apparently
cute.
very masturbatorial. I heard.
They're always every movie about making a movie is masturbatorial. That's the
Which
problem
is
about reviewing it. That's why they always get great reviews, but people are bored by them. But this one was cute.
it was cute. Okay, so it was cute. All right, all right.
Even though it threatened to go into like Office Space mode with arguments in front of computers showing Microsoft Project and drama happening and stuff happening in conference rooms, like why is this about work?
Because you work in an office, it's obviously about work, and it's supposed to be relatable to people in that general area. And all offices have the same drama.
Yeah, but it was also like I think the main character's name is Aoi. Yes. A lot of times when like a big piece of drama would happen, it would break up the drama by having they would break up the drama with oh, here's her imagined spot, and it would be a bunch of different allusions to different anime genres.
Right, gotcha.
And then they would also break stuff up with like, oh, here's the beginning after some of the initial drama. Here's an extended allusion to the opening scene from Whisper of the Heart.
Jesus.
Even with like you know the scene with Country Roads in the background.
Yeah.
Uh, not Country Roads, but a cutesy country Japanese song.
Gotcha. There has to be a way for me to go and put. No, it's all or nothing. It's very annoying. StreamYards, I need you to do something about this. All right.
So yeah,
one day we will have Timcast IRL production value. Not today.
One day.
Not today.
I mean, we still have the power by StreamYards because we're free StreamYards.
Yeah, true. I'm not putting money in that until we have more viewers that are not watching after we're done. But we're on the same time slot as Timcast, so I'm not too surprised by that.
I'm not just yeah. Everyone we know who would be watching is watching Tim Pool.
Tim, yeah. Or what day is it now? Today's Thursday. I'm like, or this other thing. No, it's
Tim.
That's on Tuesday. All right.
Have you looked at Playboard recently?
No, I've not.
It's funny. It's like if you look at just US Playboard, it's Tim Pool, Dr. Disrespect, Nick Rekieta, everybody else, right? If you look at world like total Playboard, it's Hololive, 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 Tim Pool, Hololive, Hololive, Ninji Sanji, Dr. Disrespect, 50 other VTubers, Nick Rekieta.
It's always funny. Everyone's like, why do you like the show? I'm like, because I do. I like the show. I like the guy. I think he's funny, and he can be disrespectful, but I think overall he doesn't mean to be. And when he means to be, you know why.
You know why.
Yeah. That's all you can really do there. All right. What else do we have on the docket?
More anime news.
More anime news.
Evangelion's coming out tomorrow.
You said it was a Twitch streamable?
Because it's Amazon Prime.
I really don't want to put up a Twitch channel just for that, but I'm thinking about it. And then we set up a time for everyone to watch Friday night on like the Colossal.
I'm trying to find out what the Twitch password for Running War on Pants is because we abandoned our Twitch channel.
I don't know.
We tried doing Mixer, and then like 2 months after we tried doing Mixer went away.
I know I have a personal Twitch stream. I don't know if Hentai Cake has their own Twitch stream, which is an issue. I'm sure we do. I'm sure that I probably, because I have Hentai Cake is in every social media, everything. We have a Mastodon, for fucking sakes.
Oh, jeez.
Like, everything. It didn't matter if it was the dumbest thing I saw in the world. I still gave us a account in it. We have everything.
But
so
yeah,
I would not be surprised if we had a Twitch channel.
Yeah. So apparently, you can watch this now if you jump on VPN. But it releases tomorrow, sometime tomorrow in the US. I imagine midnight, but as much of an Ava fan as I am, I gotta work tomorrow.
Understandable.
Blah.
Do not open Outlook right now, Microsoft. What are you doing? What the hell are you doing?
It's
doing it. It's opening Outlook. All right.
So I should have a review of that on hentaicake.com
Saturday. Can you hold the fort while I use the bathroom real fast?
Yes.
You can talk about Ava.
and he disappears. So Ava's coming out tomorrow. Winning the War in Pants might be doing a live stream. I don't know yet. I'm trying to coordinate with other members of Winning the War in Pants. And I just saw that I'm doxing myself off on Amazon. That's great. But yeah, I'm excited for Ava 3.0 plus 1.01. 3.0 plus 1.01. Oh, that's a name. At least it's not 3.0 plus 1.0 repeat sign still. Or Ava 4.04 movie not found. Yeah, everyone made that joke. But I've read some spoilers because I did an Ava panel right after this came out in Japan. It was like, well, I got to talk about it. So I took apparently there's more mind screwery that's going to happen. Oh, and Darren is back. That was fast.
I only had to use the bathroom. It was not going to take long. And I'm hoping like stuff didn't go crazy. Oh, I have like 100 things. Oh, hi, Jessica from Colossal East Panels. How you doing?
Oh boy, are you doing more panels?
I don't know. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I might have.
That's probably a good idea for me to check. This is entertaining content as we check our emails during a live stream.
Yes.
I don't have anything. Just the only thing I have that I'm caring about is, oh, your law school application is being processed. Yay!
Hey. I'm sorry that just being associated with me makes you a naughty boy.
So, yeah, Ava's coming out tomorrow. There's more Ava news though. That just hit today.
Oh, but what else? What else is going on?
But they're finally doing a physical Blu-ray release of the original series.
Didn't we already have that? I swear we already had that.
No, Netflix said that they were thinking about it,
and they never actually put it out.
They never really put it out. They said they were, and then G-Kids just said, "Oh yeah, we're putting out a physical release." I don't know which dub they're using. I imagine it's the Netflix dub, which will permanently seal the value of the ADV DVDs. But I'm hoping, even though I own the ADV DVDs, I'm hoping that they put the ADV dub on there. Or they do a new dub with the original cast. Because, oh, by the way, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 brought back the brought back the ADV cast. Including one name I'd rather not be back, but
it happens.
I got the true Asuka and the true Shinji and the true Masato. I'm happy. Although they were in the funny dub, but yes. Well, they're redubbing 1 and 2.
On the plus side, we will finally have a new way of screaming at Ava besides streaming it or our old DVDs.
Yes. So, so yeah, they're doing a physical release of Shinseiki Evangelion, which makes me happy, and I must own it because I must own all things Evangelion.
This is like how I walked into the dealer's room and went, oh, they have Robotech board game things. Well, here's $50. I'll
Here's
take
50
those. Thank
bucks.
you. I'll be on my way.
I went to go buy that, and they were already sold out.
That was me. I grabbed the last two.
And then I looked over, and I was like, "Oh, they're doing a new release of Besum."
I still don't know what Besum is, and I haven't had a chance to actually play it, so I'm not sure if I want to get it. That is my issue.
Besum is like Besum's a tabletop system like D&D, but different.
Is it Savage Worlds based? Is it D20 based?
I think it's Savage Worlds based.
Oh, it's D6s.
Yes, D6s.
Okay, yeah, it'd be Savage Worlds based. Okay.
However, the original Besum was D20 based. And
yeah,
I have the D20. I have the D20 Besum.
That's what I was asking. If they are at Colossal East or DerpyCon, I will probably end up buying some of the Besum rule books once I have a chance to sit down and actually look at them. Actually, I'll probably I will research first. I will research things. I don't know why I'm going to bother all this extra effort on shit. I can look at things online.
I want to buy it, but at the same time, I already have the D20 Besum rulebook, and I'm gonna need an excuse soon to use all my D&D 3.5 rulebooks. Because I have like 10 3.5 rulebooks that I don't use anymore.
That's it.
Hold on. And I have D20 Besum, which is compatible.
Okay.
And I have D20 Mecha, which is an expansion to D20 Besum. And I want to use it. And I have D20 Modern Weapons, which is like stats for like a bunch of modern guns.
Okay, interesting.
And I have D20 Modern.
Right.
And I have I have Pathfinder 1.0, which is D20 based and compatible.
Gotcha.
And I have D20 Slayers, which is essentially D20 Besum, but super powered. I want to use all my stuff in the game, but as soon as I finish getting all of it, it's like, oh, we're switching to 5e. Damn you!
I'm probably going to grab the Besum book and see if I can get reimbursement from one of the other cons I do stuff at. That's my master plan. That's my master plan. All right. What else is on our docket here?
We have more Evangelion news.
God, did you pick up anything else besides Evangelion news the entire time we were at Otakon?
No, this is all stuff that happened today. So Hideaki Anno hints at, there are untold Evangelion stories.
Nope. I don't care. Move on.
No. There's more Eva coming.
No.
And the ride never ends.
I've seen
Mr.
more
Bones
Eva. It's just Dojin at that point.
But it's Anno. It's official. It's canon.
Anno probably read a Dojin. Wait, that'll probably be good. I'm going to add that on to canon.
To be fair, there are stuff in that are Eva canon that's stuff like, this is High School Apocalypse, but it's Evangelion. Official manga. I own a couple volumes. There's also Shinji Ikari detective stories.
Next.
Which is pure it's Shinji Ikaru date and solve mysteries.
Next. Oh God. Is there anything not Eva on the docket?
Cartoon Network's going to co-produce original anime with Warner Brothers.
Oh Lord! This came up. I don't know, today or yesterday. It showed up on my feed, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it's like, "Well, Cartoon Network's like, well, you guys like anime? We'll make our own anime." I'm like, "That's not how that works."
They do have a decent track record of it.
They have a decent track record of picking up anime that's already been established.
Well, second season of Big L was a Cartoon Network production.
Kind of.
Well, they were going to cancel it, but it did really well. So Adult Swim said, "Hey, give me some more of that. Here's some
Well,
cash."
that was more of an established show, which was already popular over here.
So it might work. At the same time, they just dumped their anime brand. They just dumped Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll
They just dumped Crunchyroll, and now they're getting into anime a different way. It's like
for
what?
$1.75 billion. I mean, on the plus side, the what's being said here is that when they say anime, they mean animation created and produced in Japan, not anime-esque like Avatar or Castlevania.
Yes.
But that just because something is produced in Japan doesn't automatically mean it's going to be good.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of really bad Japanese animation shows, usually picked up by Netflix. Looking at you, Netflix. Netflix only has 2 forms of anime. God, why was this made? And oh, this is good.
Pretty much.
And then my personal favorite, Seven Deadly Sins, which is literally, oh, this is good. Why was this made? Like you watch the first 6 episodes, you're like, wow, the animation quality and the story, this is so good. You get to the end, you're like, what happened to the animation quality? What happened to the story?
They ran out of money. Studio Gynex can tell you that story.
They ran out of money, and the writers started doing crack.
Studio Gynex can tell you that story. Except they didn't on Evangelion, but let's go with the fan wank.
All right, what's next?
Berserk manga is going to resume publication.
Oh, good. So his apprentice finished off the last thing, or is he taking over? Is my question.
That I don't.
See, we should probably read the articles before we
talk about it. I was just starting to put it back. So, I'm scanning real fast. It doesn't actually say. Damn you, bounding into comics. They're usually better than this.
Well, bounding into comics has been slacking lately. I've been noticing that, and which is why you should get all your news from hentaicake.com. Hentaicake.com.
So yes, but yeah, Berserk's gonna resume.
That's good.
Don't know for how long, but
don't know for how long. We don't know if he's continuing the story indefinitely, if he's just finishing up the last couple of memoirs that were written out. We don't know. All right. So what else is on the docket?
Anime news. Excuse me, video game news.
Game news. This is what I brought to the table. All right.
Tales of Arise is getting a demo on August 18th.
Yep. This is great news for those of us who love Tales games. I don't remember when the Tales game. Oh, Tales game is going to be out the weekend before Colossal East. So I will get 1 day to play before I get because of the way work has been the last every time I've tried going on vacation for anything. It's been, by the way, Darren, we're just gonna beat the shit out of you before you go away. Okay. Gotcha.
Oh boy. So I'm gonna do what I usually do with Tales games. I'm gonna pick it up a year from now and then play half of it and then drop it and then
make a panel out of it after you get back to actually
doing it. Yeah, that's what we're doing with Zaria.
we should send that to no, we don't have time for Classic I'd say Anime USA, but we don't know if they're going to happen.
They're not happening this year.
MagFest or Katsucon will probably be the best bets for those.
Katsucon, because I'm not going to MagFest.
You're still banned or not banned? You're still.
I've never been banned, but I don't know what's happening, so I'm kind of being careful.
Gotcha. Don't want to be persona non gratis.
Right. Yeah. I'm just being careful with MagFest. I will be in National Harbor that weekend, but I will not be at MagFest.
Well, this Tales
because I don't believe in lobby conning.
No,
but I will be in National Harbor because my friends will be in National Harbor, so you'll probably see me at a bar somewhere.
Yeah, so Tales of Arise is not a continuation or prequel of Berseria, or what was the one before Berseria? Zestria?
Zestria,
which was the continuation of Zestria came first, and then Berseria was the prequel to Zestria.
Yes.
But this is neither of those. This is a Tales standalone, like all the other Tales before them.
Okay.
Just because my head begins hurting, because some Tales games get continuations, some Tales games don't. Some Tales game gets games remade in the same world, but in different timelines.
And sometimes they connect distantly. Like I've seen Symphonia referenced a couple times.
Well, that's
but it's never been like fully like yes.
That's because Tales games, much like Final Fantasy, have much of the same things. There will always be the same kind of monster design. The same. There will always.
What I mean is by referenced, I mean like
Ifrit.
Well, yes, but also
Ifrit is in every.
But I also mean like these things happened long ago. It's like, wait a minute, I thought this was a separate universe.
That's one of those. This is a different timeline thing, and I'm just like, fuck, that makes my head hurt. Like when I was playing Berseria, I'm like, wait, that's the same name as the god. Wait a minute. Let me read about this. Oh, Zestria is the original, and Berseria is the prequel. All right, so I guess I know how the god was made. And then you're like, I'm playing the bad guy. Sort of.
Yeah. Sort of. I'm just saying, a lot of the issues in Berseria would have been solved by a monk nailing 95 complaints he had about the Abbey to the Abbey door.
Now, moving on.
Anyways. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is in development, which means I need to finish 1.
I also need to finish 1 and 2 and 1. I'm pretty sure I'm almost done with 1. I finally have all of the characters. I'm just procrastinating doing all the little side missions. So I
was supposed to beat 1 while we were at Matsuri.
That was not, dude. Matsuri was so much fun. I don't know when I barely had time to game.
I had no time to game at Matsuri because it was so much fun. I was supposed to put in like 10 hours in the airport, right?
Yeah.
Instead, I mainlined DDLC.
See, I did play my Phoenix Wright game while we were in Matsuri, while we were doing whatever, and I got to I'm done with the game, and it's like, oh yeah, here's the bonus mission. You motherfucker. I was done. Okay, I'll finish the bonus mission. I don't know anything about this one, so I don't remember which ones are the right answers. Fuck.
I like the Phoenix Wright games, but I've never finished one.
That's my issue too. I like the games, but I've never finished one, so I'm like,
And now I'm to the point that I'm just like, I'm gonna hold off on finishing these
until they come out on Switch.
No. Until I get my law degree.
There you go.
And then I'm going to go on YouTube, and I'm going to bitch and moan about the Japanese legal system.
There you go. All right. Anyway? Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is what we were talking about. Let me pull up the article because I also have it here. That's not it. Where the hell did I put it? Didn't I send you this?
Yes, you sent it to me. That's why I have it.
Where the hell did I put it? It's gone. It's gone now. All right.
But yeah, it's coming out.
Anyway,
according to the series voice actress.
Yes. So I don't expect Xenoblade Chronicle 3 to in any way, shape, or form be connected to Xenoblade Chronicle outside of, having the same kind of human-esque characters and the same kind of weird, squishy, I don't even know what the hell they are, things. Whatever the hell the weird mascot character is that you see there. I don't expect those things to even connect. For instance, in Xenoblade Chronicle 1, it was all about the Monado, which is that weird sword thing that Shulk uses throughout most of the thing, and him fighting off machines. In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you get things called drivers, that's people who take these weird little crystal things and they will awaken the crystal, and you get a blade, which is just a thing that gives you a weapon, and then it's a person behind you who feeds you energy while you fight stuff, and the two of you fight things together. It's literally sword waifu fu, because there's a gacha system, but you don't pay for anything.
Yeah, but I already have enough gacha in my life.
You need more gacha. This is another gacha system game, and you can get the little crystals by killing off enemies enough times, and the right kinds of enemies. And different crystals have different chances of getting a good blade. And the good blades are all the ones that are like special entrances and have special things and stuff. They're like 4 stars. I have a bunch of them, and one of the blades you can get is actually Cosmos from Xenosaga.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's other ones you can get. You can actually get Shulk as a blade, but you can't do that until you get New Game Plus, and that's a whole issue. It's a whole thing.
You are killing my interest in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
You need to play Xenoblade Chronicles. It is actually a much better game. Not only battle system wise, just a much better story too.
Okay, now I might actually play it.
Yeah, the Xenoblade story drags.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I can't. Chronicles 1 doesn't maintain my interest, is it?
There's no sense of urgency.
It's like
at all.
Yeah.
And in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, there's a constant sense of urgency because it's not constantly changing bad guys. You have one bad guy until you have one bad guy. That's it. And he's there foiling your plans and messing with you the whole time.
Okay.
So, moving on.
More anime news.
You mean more video games?
Neptunia Senran Kagura Ninja Wars is coming to the West.
Ah, yes. The game that made you go, what the hell is Game Ninjutsu?
Oh yeah. Well, actually my first reaction was the merge is on.
I blame Christian.
It's like, oh, more Neptunia news. The merge is on. But yeah, I saw that as like game Ninjutsu. It's like, what the hell? What is this?
This is your brain on drugs.
So this is apparently Neptunia, but with feudal Japan, and that sounds interesting.
Is it? My question is it a Senran Kagura game or is it a Neptunia game?
It reads like both.
Anyway, it's going to have a Japanese release for the 16th of this year, but we are going to get a Western release sometime in 2021. It has not given us
2022.
2022? I thought it was 21.
Well, Japanese release is September 16th. Oh, it's coming west in 2021.
Yeah, that's what I read. I'm like,
so I guess
probably
December. We're running out of time in 2021.
Yeah, unless they're doing translation as they're developing, I don't know.
But this kind of has my interest, but Neptunia is a game that I enjoy, but at the same time, it's also another one I haven't beaten because they're just so long. And there's only so much fan service I can have in my life.
Yeah, I understand that. I think I played the very first Neptunia game, and I'm like, this is fun, and then we got to like close to the end, and I'm like, just fucking get me to the last boss already. I'm so tired.
I might be playing a lot more of it because I'm going back to school, maybe. And I used to play all the Neptunia games on Metro.
See, I only ever got the Neptunia games on my PC. So
yeah, I have most of them on PC and on PC now as well. But
which is why the Switch is my best friend because I can play all my little JRPGs. I'm almost done with Vestria.
Nice.
Or not Vesperia, which means I can finally get to Trails of Steel, whatever 3, and then I can get the 4. So I never actually beat 3. Because I got stuck in a bunch of shit going on in my personal life, so I got distracted, and then I went, well, I don't have time to actually play now, unless I get something that's mobile. Oh, it's on the Switch. And I'm like, I'm not buying this till I beat one of the other JRPGs I have. Fuck, it's on sale.
I have Vesperia. I only got through half of it, but I have it on Xbox 360 of all things.
See, I don't think the 360 had the downloadable extra stuff, including the extra character, which is Ifreed's granddaughter.
Yeah, which is weird. Because it was originally an Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yeah, and they added that stuff as DLC you could buy in Japan. They never brought it over to the West for some reason.
Which sucks.
But they brought it over for the PS3, the PS3 version, which I think they called the whatever, I don't remember. But it is in the Switch version as well, and the PS4 version.
I'm gonna pick it up on Switch because fuck Sony.
That's kind of my feeling on Sony in general right now. Is fuck you, Sony, because you've now that you've finalized your acquisition of Crunchyroll for $1.175 billion. That's
not an article we have, but we keep bringing it up.
It's an article we cited a month ago.
Months ago.
It was a while ago, and it's been finalized. There's nothing stopping them now. It's done. Crunchyroll is now underneath the Sony Entertainment whatever group, which is not great for us anime fans. So subscribe to High Dive.
Yeah.
And High Dive, if you would like to pay me for this wonderful endorsement, wink.
Yeah, High Dive. You're the platform I watch the most, actually.
Yes, that's the platform I watch the most on. That is the platform that
I'm not even chilling. It's just
I'm like that is the platform. That is in fact the platform. That is not to say where I watch the most anime. That's just where
that's where I watch the most. That's why I watch the most legal anime.
There you go. That's the word. Speaking of legal anime, I still cannot believe they let me do interspecies reviewers at Otakon. Jesus. Moving on.
Moving on. Speaking of streaming platforms, Netflix subscription share has shrunk nearly 20% since 2019.
Which is funny because since 2019 we've all been stuck inside.
We've been stuck inside and they've lost subscription share.
Which is hilarious. Why did this happen? Well,
I have an article about that. Netflix is adding residential IP addresses to its VPN block lists.
I'm sorry, what?
It's blocking the IP addresses of people who are at home to its VPN block lists. So Netflix has caught on that people have been using VPNs to view content that is region locked outside of the region. So they've been adding VPNs of different IP. They've been adding IP addresses of different VPNs, but they added a bunch of residential addresses, and people have been saying like, all I can see right now is Netflix originals. I can't see any of anything else on Netflix.
That's an issue. Netflix screwed up.
Yeah.
That's another good reason to cancel Netflix. See, I stopped watching Netflix a while ago. Season 3 of Voltron, maybe? Like a while ago. It's been a while. Around the same time that I heard that they were losing the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, now's a good time to drop them. I was like, why? I'm like, because I get one more thing of Daredevil and we're done. And I'd rather just call it quits after that. There's nothing else I really watch on Netflix. I watch that, and I watch old episodes of Stargate. I get that on Amazon Prime already.
And they don't have Stargate anymore.
They don't have. Well, there you go. Amazon Prime. Jafra Cree.
Indeed. You know what annoys me? Speaking of Stargate,
what?
Neil has not watched any of SG-1.
Any of it?
Any of it.
Has he watched any of the spin-offs?
None of it. No Stargate. No movies.
Not even the movie.
It's like, dude, Mr. Air Force brat, Mr. I'm trying to get, Mr. I want to get back in, Mr. I want to get into the Air Force because I have a thing with my brother who's in the Air Force. Mr. USA, let's go. You have not seen the greatest commercial for the United States Air Force. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, it's one of the best commercials for the U.S. Air Force, and I think the Navy. I don't remember.
No, that's Navy is JAG.
Right.
But it came out during that era. It's like there was an era of like all these shows that were like, yeah, sometimes you have military officers as the bad guys, but the military always looks good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like JAG and Stargate
C
SG-1.
and CSI and all that. Yeah.
Well, NCIS. And NCIS is a spinoff of JAG.
JAG. Yeah.
That now has a million spinoffs. Speaking of Neil, is he watching and talking shit? No, he's not.
No one's watching. No one's paying attention to us today.
Sad.
That's
no.
fine.
I was just asking because I got a message saying Neil has messaged your group.
That happens.
No, he's shit posting.
He's shit posting. You should why are you shit posting when you should be watching this show? Anyway, I mean, I Netflix has been on the downturn for a while now. Their choices of content, their choices of making content, their choices of comedy specials, their general choices have been bad for the last 3 to 4 years.
Yes,
and it's now showing. Now, you can make mistakes in entertainment, but if you make constant mistakes, people just kind of go, "Why am I bothering with you?"
Yeah, they cancel and move on to something else.
It happens all the time. Disney's having a similar issue. Slightly different, similar issue.
Slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's actually putting out some good content, but they've pissed people off for other reasons.
I am completely off the Disney train. I outright refuse. I will watch HBO Max without any issues, and I will watch Amazon Prime without any issues.
And I'm getting ready to jump on that Paramount train because Lower Decks is back, and that's the only good Trek that has come out.
See, my problem.
I'll watch Picard. I'll watch Picard. I'll watch
the Orville.
No, not Orville's Disney now, and it's on Hulu.
No,
but it's on Hulu.
At least it's on Hulu.
I'll watch Discovery, even though it sucks, and the main character's incompetent. She's the main character, she saves the day, and she just makes a competent decision after incompetence. It's just like, no. Just let Burnham not be Mary Sue, but let Burnham also be competent. God damn it.
It's like, why? What? I mean, Janeway made mistakes, and they very often.
Janeway fucked up a lot, but she was generally competent.
Yes, it was one of the things of okay, we don't have a choice. Let's do this thing. It's risky.
Yeah,
fuck, it backfired.
Janeway was at least competent enough that you could write off her bad decisions as her either being bad shit or evil.
Yeah. Yeah, or just generally speaking, I'm in a shitty position. I have two choices, and one of them's really risky. Let's go for the risky one.
Or you could write her. And this is my interpretation. This is my canon. I mean, this is my actual interpretation of the character of she made a bad decision, but a justifiable decision at the beginning of the series.
Yeah.
And it broke her.
And
now she's trying to keep the crew together, but she's not all there.
It happens. And
that's why she gets kicked up. And that's why she gets kicked upstairs and not assigned another ship.
There's a lot more bureaucracy and a lot less hands-on at that point. What else?
Speaking of Disney,
what else we got? Oh yes.
Disney has cut all ties and projects with Scarlett Johansson after she sued them.
Well, is anyone surprised?
No.
Like if you sue your boss, I assume they're gonna either fire you or be like, "Listen, I can't be around you. Go away."
Pretty much.
Now, apparently, this is had other people sue Disney as well. This is due to Disney doing their excuse me. They're doing the theatrical release along with the streaming release on Disney Plus simultaneously.
Yes.
And this is causing issues with theaters. Theaters are, of course, bitching and moaning, which they do have a right to.
They have a right to.
Like I'm pretty sure there's a contractual agreement where they're supposed to have first dibs on a lot of things, especially if they have a theatrical release.
Yeah. Well, they force majored their way out of a lot of it, but theaters are open again.
Yeah. And at this point,
and there, I saw somewhere that like 30% of people say they're not going back to see movies in the theater anymore.
That's
sad.
That's sad. That also means I don't have to deal with as many people, having fish in the middle of the theater.
Wait, that's the thing?
People bring the weirdest shit to eat in the movie theaters, and I'm like, for the love of God, I understand sneaking in like snacks, like candy. Why the hell did you sneak in a goddamn fish fucking platter? Where did you get it from?
Yes. Like how? Why?
Did you cook it at home and bring it here? What the fuck? All right.
Like I understand. Like when I went to Shirobako, pretty much everyone, including myself, snuck donuts into a theater.
Yeah, like something.
Because that's part of the goddamn movie.
Yeah. It's a thing.
It's a thing. But anyways, so yeah, she sued Disney now. Like, oh, we were to work on she was actually gonna produce a movie with Disney.
Whoops, that's over with.
That's done.
So
I think she might actually win her suit, but
I mean,
yeah.
It's in the contract itself, and if Disney broke the contract, now that force majeure is no longer an issue. I think that's an oversight on Disney Entertainment's overall problem. And
if they were to force major it, they should have said it's a pandemic. We want to get this to fans as soon as possible. Here it is on Disney Plus.
Yes,
and it would have but no, they delayed it until theaters were open.
Yep.
And they released it in theaters and streaming at the same time.
Which is
that's not good dealing.
No, that's dealing it in bad faith.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening to them because hey, Disney's a bunch of idiots. At least in my eyes, they're a bunch of idiots. I feel like Disney's entire system has been filled with people who don't know what the hell they're doing, and they've just been failing upwards for so very long. They don't understand. Hey, you have the easiest job in the world. Just produce content that people kind of like, and you're kind of good.
Yeah.
And
at this point, the only person competent in Disney is Filoni.
That's and Feige, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Feige's in charge of the MCU, and he put together the MCU, but he's also in charge of all the crap.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no.
He's lost his touch.
You can only do things for so long before you burn out.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's held on this long. And I hate to go and say it, everyone's kind of burnt out on superheroes. So after Civil War, or not Civil War, after
Endgame, it was done.
After Endgame, you should have pulled back a lot of content and just done like one movie a year, maybe two tops, like one for summer, one for winter. Call it a day. Do some spin-off like series. Yeah. But they're still doing 2 to 3 to 4 Marvel movies a year, like three or four a year. I'm like, I have no interest in half of these.
And DC's trying to make superhero movies happen still.
DC's always trying to make the superhero movies happen, and they fail at it constantly. And it bothers me to no end because they have the superior superheroes. They don't have to follow the same rules as Marvel with like actual real life places. They can just make up a place.
Well, they can make up a place, but I'm also like, I've always preferred Marvel superheroes to DC superheroes.
It has always been a thing of mine where I started off with DC or with Marvel superheroes, and I get them, and they're generally speaking have a longer continuity. But when it came to impact, DC superheroes were always much better outside of a few Marvel standalones. Like that was
I
and
always felt that like the mainline Marvel superheroes were less powerful than the DC
ones,
superhero,
yeah.
so that actually made a lot of their plots like there was actually an element of danger to everything they did.
See, I like the Superman series because they wouldn't hurt him physically; they'd hurt him emotionally and psychologically.
When Superman's written well, there is nothing better than Superman.
There is nothing better than a good Superman.
Superman is extremely hard to write well, and
I don't think so. I just think everyone keeps trying to punch him into the ground, going, "You're doing it wrong. What you want to do is hurt his friends, his family, his faith, and his ideals of humanity."
That's how you do Superman.
That's how you.
No one does it.
And it's been like 10 years since someone's done anything remotely like that, and I'm like,
you go after Lois, you go after his family.
You don't kill his father using an enemy. You kill his father via cancer while he's too far away doing something else.
Yeah,
like you hurt him emotionally, and then you make Lex Luthor sit there going, "I had the cure for cancer. It's right here, and I didn't give it to anyone, just to mock you."
Yeah, that I can get into.
Yep, that is
the last DC thing I really got into was the last DC thing I really got into though was their crossover with Kelvin versus Star Trek.
Okay.
And mostly that was because Kirk was getting mad at whatever the Green Lantern's name is.
See,
it's like this guy's not logical and he's emotional and it works out for him. What the F? And Spock's just over there's like, I know, it's like, know my pain and know my suffering, Jim.
What was it? The thing I like about DC right now is the DC cartoon movies, which are still the most powerful thing that they have. I don't know why they don't get the writers for those onto their DC Comics series, but here we are with this issue. Are we done? Is that it?
We have one more.
We have one more. Okay, what's the last one?
Science news.
Science news?
Or engineering news. Starliner is indefinitely delayed.
As in, it's never going up.
They were getting ready to launch it last week, and it's like as it's on the pad, they said, "Oh, we ran a test, and this valve failed," and they pulled it off the fan to look at it. It's like, "Oh, all these valves failed.
Just this one was the one that bothered telling us it was going to fail."
And now they have to get it up like next week, or else they have to destack. They have to destack it because they can only have one Atlas V on the pad, and they've got 2 Atlas V missions that have tight launch windows because they're NASA research missions with tight launch windows. Because they're only gonna have one shot for the planets to be in alignment, like literally be in alignment to make those missions happen.
Gotcha.
So they've got one shot for those. They're gonna launch, and those will launch on Atlas V's. And then the next time they have a chance to restack it for Starliner would be December, late November, early December.
Okay, well that's upsetting.
I want there to be multiple competitors going to the International Space Station. I want competition in space.
It will hopefully lead to better, more affordable space travel.
Yeah,
and then I can leave this god awful rock.
Yes,
and go someplace else and start my own libertarian, amazing city of amazingness.
And honestly, the only we have inequality in all these things. Well, the only way we're going to solve it is like space mining and getting people off this planet.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you run into the issue of scarcity, and on it, and it's proven the best way to effectively and most fairly distribute resources has turned out to be a capitalistic system.
It's the only way. And
until you get rid of scarcity, that's the option. So the best way to bring about its end is get the hell out of its way so we can get off this rock.
Yep. And
Otherwise, you're just preventing us from getting off this rock and possibly dooming humanity to a slow, painful death.
remember the month where all the millionaires went into space for a little bit?
Yes.
It was absolutely
great
because all of a sudden every single person that I knew who was a spoiled fucking piece of shit was all like, these millionaires could have ended homelessness instead they're out there playing with their space toys. And I'm like,
no.
I'm so glad that you are so philanthropic that you wouldn't just waste your money on stupid ass bullshit for fucking years.
Well, one, it's a step for them. It's a stepping stone. They realize that the only way we're actually going to end this
is to get up,
is to leave this rock. This rock is wonderful. There's only one like it. We want to preserve it. That's why we need to leave it.
Yes. Generally speaking, we are an expansionist, like every species. We are an expansionist species. We expand.
All species are expansionist because it's part of the survival instinct.
Yeah.
We just happen to be the best at it, and we've outpaced everything,
including nature.
Including nature. Nothing can keep up with us. So it's time to expand past these earthly bounds.
Yeah. Bounds, confines, what have you. We just need to get off this rock. And I'd like us to begin terraforming, because if we can terraform a planet, we can probably fix some of the issues we caused down here too.
Yeah. The only problem we have is the light speed barrier. And honestly, we're going to find a way around it eventually. I don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to find a way around it.
Come on, Stargate. Come on, Stargate.
Synthetic wormholes or go.
It's like we get out past Jupiter. What's this weird giant circular thing with hieroglyphics?
Aliens.
Do not forget, I have an entire panel on kaiju and creepy things. In about a month, I have to start building that. I wrote out all my notes while I was at Otakon. I was just sitting around doing nothing. So that's happening. Do we have anything else, or was that it?
That's it.
All right. Do we have any final things to say, talk about, what have you?
Not really. Oh, when's Colossus?
The 16th of September. Yeah, it's the 17th to the 19th. I leave on the 16th.
Okay, it's soon.
Yeah,
and I need to put in leave.
It's about a month away. I also need to put in leave.
And I also need to finish rebuilding our Ace Combat panel.
I need to redo my censorship panel and make sure I have everything written down of all my information.
Yes,
instead of
the Otakon run of that panel was pretty good, but you could tell that you sat down and your mind just completely went blank.
Like the second I hit go on the intro, I realized I forgot everything. I went, what happened? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Information. Where'd it go? I'm looking at the crowd and I go, oh shit.
You know what's interesting?
What?
Winning the War in Pants is doing our Evangelion panel.
Again?
Yes.
How many times are you going to do this panel? Come on.
Well, it's easy to do because there's no prep for it. Oh shit, there's prep. I need to oh god. This weekend it's just going to be nothing but Evangelion. God damn it.
See,
it needs to be nothing but Ace Combat, but now it needs to be nothing but Evangelion. God damn it.
Can't you do both? Can't you watch Ava while playing Ace Combat?
I need to record stats on Evangelion Performance
Okay.
for the panel. Because I need to scientifically prove that Asuka's shit.
I need to get all my information laid out because of the lack of the detail information. I lost like 5 minutes on my panel.
If
like you watched, I'm like we are 5 minutes early. I'm out of information. Like I'm sitting there and I have notes, but they're all vague bullet points in case of Darren forgot everything. Oh, I'll read this bullet point. It'll come right up because normally I didn't do my usual thing where I stand around, I don't do anything, and I relax for 10 minutes listening to music, getting out of my own head, and it allows me to digest all that stuff.
Yeah, except Mike apparently got stuff on his shoes.
He was. I'm like, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go. We need to. Like, I'm just screaming. We need to go.
I'm sitting there at the panel room, just like,
where are you guys?
Do I need to get on stage and vamp for 10 minutes for you guys? Because I can do that.
I was very annoyed.
And I'm texting like, where are you guys? I need
And the staffers were like, we can't let you guys in. Like, we are the panelists. If you don't let us in, good luck.
Good luck.
Like, I leave that my words were to them. I'm like, I'm the panelist. I need to go in. You need to have a wristband. Either you let me in, or we get to watch these people stand here for an hour. Wait a minute.
You're fucking staff, and they didn't let you in?
I know.
What?
Yeah, I know. There were issues. There were issues. I think every single access control person needs to be reminded that you can't be a staff member at Otakon unless you are 18 or older. But there you are. I will bring that up 100 times over to everyone. Like, listen, I already have my staff thing. I don't have time to go to the stupid wristband thing. Just let me in.
Yeah, and you're
especially when I am literally working all day. Yeah. I think when I finished working, I said, let's go get dinner. And then dinner took forever to happen.
Dinner took way too long.
Yeah, that was a big issue.
That was ridiculous.
That was a huge issue. All right.
Anyways,
that's enough of us bitching about lack of people working. Tim Pool, the Great Reset's happening. Llamas.
You say Tim Pool, but you do the Alex Jones voice.
Llamas.
Anyways.
All right, this has been Darren, your friendly neighborhood smut peddler over from Hentai Cake. We hope to see you guys over at Colossal East. Go ahead, Shep.
And I'm Shep of Winning the Morning Pants. So check us out at Colossal East.
Good night, everybody.